welcome back to my channel. It is Vicky, or you can call me Bo Victory, but I am just going to be showing you how to do this hairstyle, which are faux locks. This method that I did works wonders, okay? Just let me tell you that it works wonders. I love it. And it took me a while because I had to go through each step by step. I had to part my hair, things like that. But if you would like to see how I obtained this hairstyle that is so versatile, like easy to switch around, that is flexible, no stiffness or anything. So keep on watching for how, of course, I have obtained this hairstyle and how you can too. And also, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my video, and also to my channel. If you have any questions or comments during the process, definitely feel free to leave those below. I will also be linking and tagging all the products that I have used. So, keep on watching. Hey y'all, so as you can see here, I am just starting off with freshly washed hair. I have made sure to wash it, condition, and detangle while I'm in the shower. I think that truly helps the process much quicker, and I just love how my curls are just flowing so naturally. As you can see here, I'm speeding up this part, but I am going ahead to section my hair off into 4 sections. My left hand side is going to be a 1 until I split that into 2. I'm going to split this small section into 3 parts, so you will see as I go along. And I'm just going to go ahead, since everything is detangled, I have what I need. Moisturizing my hair, I can just go right ahead and begin to blow dry. With this section, I am splitting that into another 1/3, and you will see me begin to detangle. It's always best to detangle starting from the bottom and working your way up to the top. I know that we blow dry or flat iron starting at the top, but when it comes to detangling, you want to start off with starting at the bottom. I'm going to just move straight through this part, making sure that every part, every strand is as dry as it can be. My hair does hold on to water, so I do have to kind of go over it once, just like this, and then all together as a whole. Now you can see me basically finishing off the section, the left back section. As I said before, I put that into 1 just because I only had 2 clips at the time. But every section that I go through, I am splitting that into either 1/3 or into a half. Because it makes it much easier and you're not stressing out. Like you can see, I have a lot of hair, so I don't want to stress myself out by not sectioning off when I have the ability to do so. So I'm just moving right along to the top right. That is my last section, continuing to detangle and just getting right to it with the blow dryer as well. So as you can see, I'm just blow drying this top part, and after that, that is about it. But I do have layers cut, so that's why you see my hair at different lengths. All right, so I am done blow drying my hair. I do have layers in my hair, so my ends are kind of like sporadic, but this is what it looks like. I do have different colors, at least like 3 different colors. I have like color, of course this is my natural color in the roots, and then I have 1 color right here, and then the rest. Blow drying my hair took about 20 minutes. Honestly, I believe that what makes it easier for me is having the Denman brush, also detangling my hair, and having like a moisturizing shampoo and conditioner that I'm using each step of the way, so that it makes it easier, so I don't have to put anything really extra in my hair. But also when I am blow drying my hair, it makes it easier to do that as well. I just got done reviewing a hair video about how they basically parted the hair. So what she did is start at the top, or based on what I saw how she did it, it should kind of went this way. As you all can see here, I am beginning to throw combs, but I am also parting my hair into the front section. That is what I did see on the video. I'm trying to make sure that my part is as straight as possible, because one, if I want to do half up, half down, you know, you want to make sure that it's where it needs to be versus just starting wherever. And also those sections, again, having sections are very key when you are starting hair or starting to braid your own hair, because it helps you just move right along. On this section, I am basically starting from the other side as well, making sure that it matches as much as possible. It is kind of hard to see at the top of your head, so I am just trying my best to match it as closely as possible until I can get done and pull both sections back, but also so I can separate them ultimately to see where that is. Have that part done. So now, which kind of it makes it easier when you part it in the beginning, like half the head. It makes it easier to just start from the back, work your way up. I'm just starting to part the back of my hair, one, so that I can know how big I want my parts to be, but also making sure that it is as straight as possible. And I had to kind of start over a couple of times because either it was too big or it was just not what I wanted to start it off with. So I finally got it for the most part, making sure that it is as precise as can be. And I am not a professional at this, but I just love to do hair, and I just love how like I can change my own style while paying myself and saving my money at the same time. Here you can see that I actually went to part the section again. I think I asked my mother at this point because she was willing to give me her help, but I went to ask her just to part it starting at the top of my ears, and we finally got the back section to be the row or the size that we wanted it to be. Now we're talking. You can see here I do have the shine and gem that I'm going to be using for my part, so wanted to just share that that is the first product that I am using here. We finally got the part where we want it to be. I'm applying the shine and jam, and my mother is also warning me to be careful of like the hairs that are kind of folding over. So of course I always like to take my comb, go back over it, make sure that it's very precise as it can be. And again, because I can't always see in the back of my hair, I don't know what hair is going to be getting tangled in, but I am basically about to begin braiding. I'm going to go ahead and begin parting my hair. Starting in the back, I'm going straight down the middle. I like going straight down the middle for all of my parts, and I do have enough hair on both sides to where I can do at least 2 braids. Now these are going to be small and medium sized faux locs. Before you begin, you do want to, or I would recommend at least, to double check your parts every single time as much as you can. Now if you want to do natural parts, that's totally fine, but if you do want them to be precise, it's always good to just double check with the handheld mirror. And I am beginning the process of braiding. I'm so excited. Like as soon as I start braiding, I always think like, okay, I'm finally doing this. Like I'm committing to this style and we're about to make this happen. Now this is my first time trying the faux locs this way with this method. So I'm just trusting my gut and trusting that I know that is going to happen and that is going to look nice exactly how I want it. I always recommend as well of when you are starting the braid, make sure it's as tight as possible. It doesn't have to be super tight as far as gripping your scalp, but you do want to make sure that it is tight enough, because when you do wrap around the hair, when you crochet the hair, actually, you don't want it to slip out easily. But also when you begin to wrap around the fluffy hair, you do want to make sure that it has something to grip onto. So I always recommend making sure that it is as tight as possible, and that it's, to your liking as well. Next, you'll see here that I am just skipping through, but just parting, and I always part across and then I part down. I know that some people may go braid by braid when they're parting, but for me, and I would recommend if you're beginning to learn how to braid or just beginning how to part, I would recommend going straight across and then going down or vertically, because one, you'll be able to see or make sure that your section is however big you want it to be. So I always make sure that I'm going straight across as much as possible. Now, if I am getting towards the front where I can see better, I will go ahead and do braid by braid. As you can see here, I am basically finishing off all of my braids so that I can begin crocheting. I do recommend braiding everything so that when you begin the crocheting process, you don't have to go back and part, or you don't have to go back and braid. It can already just be done. I like to complete each step fully before I move on to the next step. And I do want to say that if your hair is heat damaged or has heat damage, more than likely you will have to go back and braid it again. As you can see to the right of the screen, my hair is starting to unravel because it's not gripping as tightly, or due to the heat damage that I have. Now we are to the crocheting step. It's always important to make sure that you have a hook, a crocheting hook, but also making sure that you pull the faux loc through. I don't like to pull my hair through because I just feel like I don't want that extra tension on it. So once I'm done crocheting it through, I am beginning to wrap around And I was staying at the top of the braid to wrap it around because I wanted to make sure that it was tight enough and it's what to my liking. I'm also taking the short end of the hair and of the pre-fluffed hair, and I am going to make sure that it is at least or close to the length of my full braid. As I'm doing that, I'm making sure that it is tightly gripped with my braid and the faux loc, and I'm taking the pre-fluffed hair with my right hand to wrap it around. Now, I'm not going to always stop and make sure that it's fluffed out like this because it naturally does it on its own, but you will see that I just continue to get faster and faster. Of course, this is probably within like 20 minutes as far as me having that much done already. And as I said it before, you may have to go back over and braid your hair, because if you do have damaged hair or heat damaged hair, it will unravel, or even if it's not, because it is blown out, it will also unravel sometimes as well. So what I'm gonna do, and thankfully I bought 3 new packs of the locks by itself. I actually used the Free-tress braid, or the, what is this called? Bona lock. I have the color 4 and 24 inches, so it is pretty long, as you can see. As you can see, it is pretty long, and it's flat. That's honestly what I can say. It's flat. So I did it like this because I had things to do in the morning. So here I do have this springy Afro twist, pre-fluffed hair by Outre, and that is the hair that I'm using. I did go ahead and buy extra packs just because I did run out, but this is also helping as well as the Freetress as well. I did it like this, like I crochet them individually so that when I come back in the morning in a couple of hours once I go to the store, I can just come back and twist them and then not really have to worry about having to crochet or anything, because that part will already be done. So that is what my plan is. The store opens at 9 a.m. so I need to make sure I stay up because I have 2 appointments kind of like back to back. Now I'm going to be taking and showing you the pre-fluffed hair. That is what I'm using, and it's easy to separate because it's already individualized. It's just grouped together. Now you'll be able to see it's like little curly pieces that are at the end of the pre-fluffed hair, and basically I'm just going around making sure at the top of the roots of my hair that it is tight and that it is not slipping. Now if you do sense that it is slipping, it's okay to go ahead and just push it back up, and then from there continue wrapping. I'm telling you, the more you try this, the more you work on yourself or do it for a client, you're going to become super fast. And yes, this is sped up, however, you will be able to do it on your own as well. Once I'm done with wrapping 1 crochet lock, I am taking the time to wrap it all the way to the end. Make sure that it's tucked in. Even those little strings at the bottom, I'm tucking that in into the crochet lock and then using my palms to roll it. So that is the best way. Instead of, for me, I didn't want to put like extra glue or extra spray on it. I believe I did that beforehand, but I just want to make sure that it's as natural as possible. Now I'm going to just allow this to be sped up and then come back towards the end for you. as you can see here, I'm just telling the story about basically a time that I went to a hair salon and the weather was like it is right now during hurricane season, and the weather basically took out the power. Long story short, they couldn't finish my hair, so I had to go back home and complete it on my own. But I always recommend just starting to learn a new skill. When you are starting to learn a new skill, it's going to take a while, but at the end of the day, you'll be so happy that you understand how to do it yourself versus always having to be dependent upon someone else to do it for you. So thankfully, I know how to do my hair. This style is really, really easy. And I hope that, you know, you all learned a little bit of how to do it. That it, you know, you all can do it either if it's for someone else or it's for yourself. You know, my parts may not be correct because that's just life at times when you're learning. But there's a lot of parting videos on YouTube, so if you need to learn how to part, you know, whether it's by me or by someone else, definitely feel free to search it up. And yeah, I definitely hope that you all have enjoyed this video. I am done. I can go on to my next appointment that I had to push back, but I am done, and these are my final results. So I will, of course, put Kari shows in them later, but as of now, I'm just going to, and it's so funny because you saw my hair, like it's like a dark, like a brownish orange or auburn color, but now I'm back to brown because it's like a black brown. But I definitely hope that you all have enjoyed this video. Please give this a thumbs up. Remember, of course, to comment and subscribe as well. And if you have any questions about the products I was using or the time or anything, if you have any questions or you want to see another hairstyle, because I love to do my own hair, or I'll just probably go get it done. If I can't do it, we'll see. But if you would like to know or see a different hairstyle, definitely feel free to leave that in the comments below. I will be sure to link and or provide the products that I have used in this video and in this process of me doing faux locks on myself. And yeah, I definitely hope that you all have enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you all later, babes. See ya.